Again, 6.6 are with solving logarithms. Okay? It's still the same different types. You're going to have one type to where you have bases that are the same. You're going to have one type where your bases aren't the same, or maybe you only have one logarithm. Or maybe you're going to have to condense or condense your logarithm. That's okay, but everything still fits. So just like whenever we did with exponentials, if your bases are the same, what am I going to do? Do I care about the base anymore if they're the same? Heck no, I don't. So I'm just going to get rid of that, and what am I going to end up with? X plus 3 equal to 8x plus 17. And just solve for x. Okay. Those are obviously going to be the easiest types that we have. So, negative 14 equal to 7x. X is equal to negative 2. If your bases of your log are the same, you just basically drop the log and your base off, and you just focus on whatever's on the back end. Same way on 8. Do the bases match? You bet they do. So I'm just looking at 2x minus 1 equal to x plus 5. X is equal to 6. Don't overcomplicate it, because it's not complicated. I promise. Second type, okay? This is a lot like whenever we were doing like the x-intercept or turning it into an inverse. Same idea. Okay, whenever we were graphing logs, this is a lot of the same steps. If you have bases, or maybe you only have one logarithm. If you only have one logarithm, then you're just going to turn it into an exponential. So if I have log base 4 of x plus 3 equal to 2, how am I going to change 9 into an exponential? What's going to be on the left side? What's going to be on the right side? Four to what? 4 squared equals x plus 3. Now, what's 4 squared? Not the game. 16 equals x plus 3. X is equal to 13. Same way on 10. How's log base 5 of x minus 4 equal to 2 going to change? 5 squared equals x minus 4. 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 4, 29 is equal to x. The great thing about the logs is you've already done this basically whenever you found your y-intercept. The only thing that was different was that it was set equal to 0 instead of equal to another number. Okay, you've already done this multiple times. Okay, you did it whenever you did it in that graphing extravaganza bonanza thing. You did it 16 times. All right, because you had to find the y-intercept, or excuse me, the x-intercept every single time, or you were supposed to. So you've already done this 16 times, you just didn't know it yet. You turned it into an exponential, you just had 5 to the 0 power instead of like 5 to the 2nd power. Okay, so you've already done this a multitude of times. Now, the one I want to show you, the 11 I'm just going to turn into E, okay? But 12, okay? 12 is where I'm going to have to actually condense this back down, and that's okay. So if I have log base 2 of x plus log base 2 of x minus 7 equal to 3. Now, the only thing that's different here is I can't just move the log base 2 of x minus 7 over to the other side because I have that 3. So what I need to do is I need to condense this thing down, and if it's a plus right here in the middle, what am I going to do with the x, and what am I going to do with the x minus 7? Multiply them. So I really have log base 2 of x times x minus 7 equal to 3. Now, it's up to you as far as if you want to leave this like that, because it's really just going to get moved over to the other side anyway. If you want to leave it like that or you want to multiply it, it's completely up to you. Okay? I have no issue, because what's going to happen? I'm going to turn this log into what? An exponential, right? Okay, so I'm going to turn this log into an exponential, and I'm going to have 2 to the 3rd power, because the 3 is going to come over, and then all of that's going to go to the other side. It's really up to you if you leave it as x times x minus 7, you're going to have to multiply it at some point, so it's really up to you when you multiply it and how many steps realistically that you want to show. So 2 to the 3rd is 8, so I have 8 equal to x squared minus 7x. It's a quadratic, so I'm going to have to solve it as a quadratic by moving that 8 over to the other side. So I have x squared minus 7x minus 8. Can I factor this? Are there two numbers that I can multiply together to get 8, or negative 8, and combine to get negative 7? Yeah. X minus 8 and x plus 1. So what are my two values? X is equal to 8. X is equal to negative 1. Now, if at any point you have anything that looks like this, I can't have this be a negative. My of can't be a negative. Okay, it can't be a negative value. Okay, especially if my base is a positive. Okay, so the one value that's not going to work here is going to be this one here.